Avatar: Way of Water. This is the second James Cameron Avatar movie that actually came out. The first one came out, I think, in 2009, and then it came. We didn't think we were going to get a second movie, but we ended up getting a second one. Well, it was going to happen. It just kept getting pushed back and pushed back because apparently James Cameron is a perfectionist and wanted this to be, perfection. As far as visual is concerned, yeah, perfection. As far as story is concerned, but we'll see. But without further ado, we will go ahead and dive into this video and give you guys my thoughts. Let's do this. Alright, so Avatar. Alright, and mind you, I'm not talking about Avatar: Last Airbender. I remember exactly, when that came out, the first Avatar movie, that one came out, and then at the same time, it was back in 2009, so Avatar came out, and then The Last Airbender came out at the same time, so those of us who were Avatar: The Last Airbender fans was, kind of over it, in a sense, because everybody was like, oh, Avatar's coming out, and we're thinking you're talking about The Last Airbender. It's like, nah, we're talking about the blue people. Talking about them. I remember that. It was a huge phenomenon, huge thing, and it was, it was a good movie. Everybody loved it. It was a box office hit. Okay, broke it. Okay, it broke it right out the box. Okay, you know how Barbie did it in her Pinkdom. Okay, well, Avatar did in their Bluedom. Okay, Bluedom. Okay, but nonetheless, we are here. Now, mind you, when did it come out? So the movie came out back in 2022. Okay, years later. It was 13 years later or whatnot. Now, I remember shortly after it came out, I remember watching it for a good 10-15 minutes, and then immediately was like, okay, let me go watch something else. Okay, and I've always asked the question, if you would rather, if you're watching a movie, what kind of person are you? Are you the kind of person that prefers to watch the first half of the movie, or are you the kind of person that would like to watch the second half of the movie? Now, me personally, I like the second half because it already gets to the point. It gets to the point. Because I know the first half of the movie builds the plot, okay? It builds it up, okay? It builds the world that we're in and, have the understanding, all the other stuff. But then, the second half, it's like, okay, we're here. We know what this is. Let's get to the action. Let's get to the drama, all the other stuff. Because, I don't know, maybe my ADHD be kicking in, but I just be sitting there okay, I'm ready to go. When I watch movies, I go to the movies every now and again, I go, but I honestly, I literally be sitting there in the movie theater, okay, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go home. My attention span is, hooey, okay? So, but rather than at home, I'll, basically split it up. I started watching, basically a lot of the movies that I watch is split up. Okay, let me watch a little bit here. It's okay, I'm done watching it. And then I'll come back to it later when I'm done watching. Same thing with TV, stuff like that. I'll watch it and okay, I'll come back to it later. I'll break it up in parts, right? As long as I've watched it, that's what matters. But, yeah, when it comes to being a movie theater, I literally be sitting there I am ready to go home. I'm tired. I will do this. I am over. I'm ready to go. Yeah, so, but nonetheless, I did watch it, but I also noticed that even with this, when I watched in full this go around, that, I was, in that, okay, I literally, when you're watching a movie and you just feel okay, they've already built up the plot, we're at the part of the movie where they're about to drive it on home. I got that in a lot of the movie, and then I look at the duration of the movie. I'm like, dang, we're still in the beginning. How long is this movie? The fuck? I'm like, was this 3 hours? Golly, I'm not trying to, this is a long ass movie, so I can imagine. I can imagine, if I was in a movie theater watching this, mind you, they said that this movie was like in 3D or whatever. Mind you, if I was in the theater, I would have been like, okay, we'll come back after this intermission. Like, we need an intermission. Like, that's what we need. But so as far as like, and you know what? I was even talking to my coworker about it, and he was like, yeah, I watched it for like 20 minutes and then I cut it off. So I guess I'm not the only one, because again, like the movie is like 2 hours, like 2 hours and some change long, like goodness gracious. But yeah, so as far as like the plot, okay, now the visuals, all of that, the movie is good. I'm not saying it's bad, okay? I'm not saying that. What I am saying, okay, the plot is no different from the first movie. You know what I mean? Like it's not nothing. It's typical Disney movie, okay? And I know you're like, what do you mean by that? Okay, follow me here, all right? So Disney has a habit, okay, of doing one movie, okay? It's the first movie, and it's a hit, okay? We've seen it with Cinderella, all the Disney princesses, okay? We've seen it with Lion King. We've seen it with Aladdin. Like, all the Disney movies, they come out with one movie, and it's a hit, okay? The plot, the world that we're in, all of that's good, okay? And then what happens is like, oh, is that good? So we're going to come out with a second movie, right? Because technically people are like kind of asking for a little bit, But then they put out a second movie and it's not as the best as the first movie, okay? Now, I feel like over the years, Disney has gotten better at, making it better, okay? But it's still in that same, okay, we don't need, because they're talking about doing another movie, like sequels more to this movie. And I'm like, honestly, don't milk it. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing, like, case in point. They did it with Lion King, okay? And Little Mermaid. Okay, you have The Little Mermaid. Excellent movie, okay? People love it. Then you got The Lion King. Even more excellent movie, okay? And then they came out with Lion King 2, Simba's Pride. And it was shitty. Like, it was like, I'm not saying it was completely shit. I mean, I kind of just did. But what I am saying is, I don't care that Simba has a daughter now. Okay, I don't care about that. I don't care about her, in love with her cousin. Okay, technically that is her cousin. Okay, we're not gonna sit here and act like, okay, hello. But I mean, that's lions for you, whatever. And then they did the same thing with Little Mermaid. You had the Little Mermaid, and then you came out with the second one, and she has a daughter, and it's cheesy as hell. And it's like, oh, y'all could have kept it, like. Some things just don't need to be repeated, you know what I mean? Like, I don't care Ariel has a daughter. I don't care that she wants to be in the ocean and she wants to be a mermaid. Like, I don't care about any of that, okay? And again, they've gotten better with, as far as storyline is concerned. They've gotten much better. You can see with Avatar, The Way of Water, they've gotten much better with that. However, it's still there, Because literally in the first movie, okay, the first movie is literally about, these blue people and finding out who they are and the environment and, protect the environment. Like, one thing I will say about James Cameron, like, he's definitely using these movies, because he's a, humanitarian, all the other stuff. So he's definitely using these movies, his art, his craft, to promote, protect the planet, okay? Exactly what, that is, which is fine. But it was the same thing in the first movie. And then you had the same, the guy, the army dude, okay, the same guy, but they had him again in this movie. Like, it was just so weird. And I'm like, bro, what are we doing? Like, and then I hated I hate how they made Jake Sully's character. Like, again, they just made him, he's just an asshole. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's such an asshole to his children. I'm like, why are you mean to them? Like, well, not just to them, but to, because I know he's trying to protect his family, and that's fine. But it's like, you're trying to protect your family, but you also train them to defend themselves and all the other stuff. But you turn around and be an asshole to them. I'm like, why are you? I hated that they did that. I was like, ew. And then, what's her name? I don't even know her name. Zoe Saldana's character, her. She was, obviously a big camaraderie, whatever, in the first movie, because it's literally about her and her, her culture and whatever. And then in this movie, it's like, why the fuck is she here? When is she just there? Like, she has no significance at all. Like, not at all. Like, all we see, like, the only time she had some sort of significance was when she was crying all the damn time. I'm like, what the hell are you wailing for? And then, when she was like, when they're talking about how they need to protect family and how they need to move, and she's like, well, what about, all this? So literally they move for nothing because, they, and then talking about, oh, we're not going to be, hold on, forgive me, we're going to be all over the place, because I'm just like, what the hell? like, because her character, like, what's the purpose of her character? And then, hold on, we had another character, because, we're introduced to, and this is where I feel like they were just kind of doing too damn much. We're introduced to their 4 children. First of all, the youngest child, I thought that was a boy, okay? But it was like, no, it's a girl. I was like, oh, fuck. Okay, do they care about gender in Pandora? Like, do they care about that? Because I was confused. I thought that was a boy the entire movie until towards the end. It was like, oh, your sisters. I'm like, oh. Damn. Okay. But, they have 4 children. And the way they explained it, okay, so they have 2 sons, okay? They have 2 sons. They are, half breeds, okay? And then they have a daughter, which, again, like, the way they explain, like, they just didn't really dive into, like, who she, like, so Sojourner Truth, that's not her name, what's her name, Sojourner Weaver. Sojourner Weaver, okay, her, okay, homegirl from Holes, okay, check it out. If you ain't seen Holes, then we can't be friends, I'm sorry. Sojourner Weaver, okay, her character, the one that died in the first movie, apparently they had her blue alien body floating in juice, okay, and somehow she got pregnant. And they don't know how it happened. They just know she was pregnant and that she had a baby, and Jake and them adopted her. And I literally said when they said, I'm like, Jake, did you put your baby making juice in her? Who? And then there was a part in the movie where they actually was trying to explore, like, there's so many holes that they left in this movie. Like, you're sitting here trying to explain, like, okay, this girl wants to know who she is. We know that Sigourney Weaver is her mommy, okay? Somehow she done got pregnant. We don't know who she got pregnant by. We don't know if she got pregnant by blue people or she got pregnant by some weird man that came through and got to skeeting, okay? I'm sorry for being vulgar, but he's got to skeeting, okay? And then he just skedaddled on out of here, okay? And then they had her connect with the little tree that was underwater, okay? And then all of a sudden, it's like, well, she can't do that again because she'll die, because she ended up having, like, a seizure or whatever. But it's like, what was the purpose of that? What's the purpose of this character if we're not going to fully explore who she is? And if for some reason, she got some sort of power, like, is she AWOL? Is she AWOL? Like, what is she? Like, they didn't explore none of that. None of it. They just kind of put her there, and I'm like, what was the purpose of that? What is the purpose of having Sigourney Weaver in this movie? What was the purpose of that? You know what I mean? I didn't get it. I didn't understand. Madison, did you understand? You know, did you even watch the movie? I don't think you did. And then, they had another character in the movie. Okay, so even that, like, two characters that just was not needed at all. That I just truly felt like, what the hell are they doing here? For what? So, another character. So, we're introduced to Spider. A Spider is a human, okay? He's, to them, an alien, okay? Part of the Sky People. So, apparently, the evil military dude from the first movie, apparently he had a son with him on set. He was on the set, okay? And of course he died, and they just kind of left the child there. And so Zoe Saldana's character, mind you, I'm sorry, I don't know her name in the movie, okay? She don't really connect with him like that because, he's alien, okay? Like, and of that dude too, okay? And of course, military dude, that's gonna be his name, okay? That's what we're gonna call him. They were able to get his memories, okay? Plug it into a blue person and just went from there, okay? Same with, a few of his other buddies because they're now officially the blue team, okay? This is where I'm like, why? So the military dude is, not really trying to have a connection with because of course homeboy ends up getting captured, okay? Spider, he gets captured, okay? And they have no intent of saving this child at all, first of all. No intent, like there's no rescue mission at all. They're just like, he knows too much. He's gonna tell him everything, and we gotta dip, okay? I found that funny. Like, they could have, like, they didn't even bother to be like, oh, we have to save him. No, it's like, fuck that. They could have him. Like, and then, like, he didn't even have, like, Spider didn't even have, like in certain movies when somebody's been kidnapped, like, oh, somebody's gonna save me. He didn't even have that. He was just like, because, again, it's like, what's the purpose of this character? Like, he's literally there, and they're like, he's helping the good guys, but then he turns around, he's helping the bad guys, and it's like, what? He's just wishy-washy. He's all like myself. I'm all over the place, I'm like, what are we talking about here? Excuse me, I burped. But it's like, what's the purpose of this guy? Like, why is he here? And again, even towards the end of the movie, when they had the big fight scene, which was fabulous, okay? Action pack, of course, we're gonna have all of that. Be like, people dying left and right. Oh my goodness. But when Spider's military dude daddy, okay, was basically about to die, okay, he ends up saving him. So then it's like, what's this relationship? What is this relation? What is this? Why is this here? Like, what is that? Like, it was just, how they have like a bubble map? Okay, so you got the blue people, and we spiral off. Then we have weird pregnant Sojourner Truth daughter over here. We don't know who done knocked her up. Then we got Spider over here, and then we got the new blue people down here that looks like water. Then we got like all this, you know what I mean? Like, and then of course, let me not forget, we're introduced to new blue people. Okay, so apparently there's like several tribes out there, okay? Jake Sully and them, they are forest people, okay? They in the forest, okay? They would never, ever, they literally said forest people don't come to the water, okay? Wade in the water. Okay, they don't come to the water, okay? They don't do that. But it's like, I cannot wait to move out of here. I cannot wait. Like, this is why whenever I get apartments, I always get the bottom floor, because I don't know if I'm a heavy walker or what. But it's like every day, it's like, what are y'all doing up there? What are y'all doing? Are y'all moving furniture? Like, what is that? You know what I mean? Anyways, like, what are y'all doing? Like, I got fucking elephants above me. Gosh. Anyways, so what was I saying? Oh yeah. So we're introduced to new blue people now. Jake and them, they are forest people. Okay, these people are ocean water people. Okay, and Jake, went there to seek refuge. Okay, like, look, I'm trying to, protect my family. I need to come here. And they're like, bro, don't bring no bullshit up in. They literally said that at the beginning. And then we get a scene where they was like, hey, they're hunting you and they're destroying our people. Like, and then it's like, plot hole. Because then it's like, we get another scene where homegirl who's pregnant, okay, which I thought that was kind of cool that she's over here, doing her thing and she pregnant. I was like, oh, look at the little blue people belly. You go, girl. Okay. And she literally got upset because, their kids got captured or whatever. She literally got upset and was like, you brought war to us. I'm like, you should have been said that. You should have been saying something. Why you just now saying something after your kids? Girl, get out of here with that. And speaking of the kids, of course, majority of this movie, they follow the mouths of babes, whatever that meaning is. I got confused because, again, Jake just been on his kid's neck, okay? Like, just on their neck, okay? Because they are sitting here trying to be a part of, like, what's the purpose of you training me if you're not going to let me be a part of anything? It's just like, oh, fall back. Don't do nothing. Okay, so if there's trouble right here, you just not just sit here? Absolutely not. And then, of course, the youngest baby, okay? He's like, Daddy, I don't understand what your problem is, but you over here favoritism this son, the eldest, but I'm the shit, IE.com, okay? And, he made it with a whale. Madison, what is that on your face? Get that. Is that? Anyways, he made it with the rogue whale, the Tolkien, whatever they are, apparently. And then, like, even that, like, they didn't even, okay, so they're talking about this whale that's rogue, okay, that he's this killer and that he just kills anything and everything and blah, 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 okay. And then it's like, okay, homeboy mates with him. Well, he didn't mate, but you know what I mean. Like, they connected with this whale and finds out what happened. That apparently, homeboy was with his mommy. They split up, broke his little fin. Okay, he tried to do revenge and got some people killed. Whatever. Okay. Instead of just saying that, they literally said, because I'm sitting here thinking that when they're talking about this whale, that, he is the only one out there, that he is just a danger. Like, he's just, but apparently there's more of him. There's more. It's like they're brothers and sisters. So I'm like, okay, y'all didn't know that he got separated from his mommy? Y'all didn't know that? And y'all sitting there shunning this child? Oh my God. I'm trying to think what else is there. I know I said that, like I said, protect the forest, protect the ocean. Like, God, like, again, the movie wasn't completely, I'm not saying it was bad. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying it could be better. It's, the first movie was good because it was somewhat an original plot. The second one was literally the first movie, just more amplified. It's literally what it was. Like, but nonetheless, I'm trying to think, like, what else is there that Jake Sully, fuck you. You're just so mean to his kids. Like, you know, when the spoiler, when the eldest brother dies, okay, he gets shot, and then Jake literally blames it on his son. I'm like, what the and then hold on, I'm so mad of how they made Jake Sully look. He just looked like the white men who be wearing dreads, and I can't stand it. Like, why did you give him that? Like, it just made him look like he just stink, like he just earthy looking, like he just looked like, and then they like shaved, so they just kind of like it didn't look real. It's like it just looked like they went to Party City, slapped a dreaded wig on his head, and said, "Have at it." Like, I hate it. Mind you, the other blue people, like the children, they all looked, you know, like they have braids in there. I'm like, why do you have dreads? What do you got fucking dreads? And is it me, or is the ocean blue people? I kept asking. I'm like, is that Halle Bailey? Does it look like her? Did it not? Okay, did it not look like her? I felt like it looked like her. Anyways, I'm about to get out of here because I want something very, 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 very yummy to eat, and I'm about to go get it. Okay, so with that being said, I will see y'all next time. Bye.